my fair friends, I'm Ruby Ruse, this is Baby Bunny, of course, and welcome to Fairy Fortunes. Today's question is very important because it is, what should I be for Halloween? So if you have already picked out your Halloween costume, please leave that in the description box down below. But let us do a reading for that very question. I really enjoy Halloween. It is one of my favorite holidays. So let us see what the cards have to say today. The Princess of Fairy presumes the world permits only perfumes. Her present is charmed, her future unarmed. She never considers what looms. The dragon now holds you in sight. You freeze in such fright that you're blind. You've earned her respect, but quickly collect. Her favor will wake appetite. Trustitia Tengu the bird, she offers her wisdom of word. Your sorrow will wane, find courage in pain. Lamenting is meant to be heard. Now, the first card in a 3-card fairy fortune reading represents the person asking the question. And here we have the Princess of Fairy. So what this suggests to me is that our questioner, who wants to know what she should be for Halloween, is kind of open to suggestion. And in fact, she's getting probably a lot of suggestions from her friends, and they are pressuring her to probably go in a direction that she's not really comfortable in going. This person probably needs something a little bit more unusual, and definitely not something that is, all right, let's just say it. Let's avoid the sexy costumes, okay? This is not the costume for you. A lot of your friends are probably pressuring you in this direction, and I would say that's not the direction that you need to go. I'm not saying that you have to cover up. You shouldn't be a ghost. But you should be something that really speaks to you. So think about some of the movies that have come out this year. Think about some characters that really you were like, yes, that is an icon that I can look up to, that I can get behind. That is a character that says something, and I really believe in that message. So if you want to be scandalous, of course be scandalous, but if it's something that's coming from your friends, I would say that's not the direction. This is a costume that really needs to speak to you. So look for an icon, look for a message that you really want to put forth. Now, the second card in a 3-card fairy fortune reading represents the issue at hand. So in this case, what should I be for Halloween? This is going to represent the costume. So here we have the head of the dragon. Now here, when I was talking about the fairy fortune, I was talking about trying to find an icon that puts forth a message that has meaning to you. And here we have the head of the dragon, which once more reiterates that ferocious message. So this, I would say that you need a costume that represents leadership. So think about maybe a superhero character or a supervillain character, or I would say a politician, or some kind of icon that has meaning to you. So for instance, if you are into sports, you might want to try to be some kind of sports player. If you are exploring occupation ideas, maybe something like a police officer uniform would be a workable choice for you. Definitely stay away from the sexy versions of those costumes, because you're trying to create a message, you're trying to identify with a fantasized version of what speaks to your soul. And finally, the third card in a 3-card fairy fortune reading represents how the questioner and the question at hand, how those two forces are interacting and how that might mix together. And here we have Tristitia the Tengu. Once again, this is a very warrior image, so I'm really getting a superhero vibe, superhero or super villain. Like I said, really look for those characters that has a message that speaks to you. And if the character that really speaks to you is of the opposite gender, then I would suggest that you go creative and do a gender bend. Because this really has to be a costume that speaks to you. And stay away from the pressures of your friends. It seems like you probably have an idea of what you would like to be, but are afraid to share that idea with your friends. And it suggests to me that this outfit is probably a gender bend outfit. So if you want to be Captain America and you're a female, well then make a female version of that Captain America. If you were Captain America, what would that look like? If you are a male and are looking at a female character, if the Black Widow is a character that speaks to you and you happen to be male, well then, how would you be the Black Widow? If you were in those same set of circumstances that the Black Widow was in, how would you dress? So take elements of the costume character and build it to your specifications to fit your body and your ideas. So I would say you need to go forth and do. But as I said, this is very much, I'm really leaning towards the superhero genre. It seems like that this character might be more villain, so I'm leaning towards characters like maybe Maleficent. I'm leaning towards characters like Loki from the Avengers. Even something like the Incredible Hulk, who is not necessarily a villain character, but represents anger. These are probably the characters that have a message that speaks to you, and don't worry about being the right or the wrong gender. It has nothing to do with that. Halloween is a time that gives you an opportunity to express an element of yourself in a fantastical way. This is an opportunity to showcase your creativity. So go forth and do. And when you decide on your costume and have built it, please send us some pictures in the comments down below. If you would like your question featured on Fairy Fortunes for Bunny and I, please leave a question for us in the comments down below and we will feature you on an episode of Fairy Fortunes. And until next time, have a fairyful day.